It's Book Club Friday. It's been a while since we've done one, so let's talk about books. Welcome everybody to John Ski Writes. I'm your host John Ski, and today talking about some books for a change. It's been a few weeks since I've talked about that, maybe even longer, maybe a month or two. So it's Book Club Friday, so today we're talking about books. So when me and my wife went shopping with the kids for the Christmas presents and that last week before, actually came across a box set of Percy Jackson. So my wife picked it up and got it for me for Christmas. So I thought I'd talk about what books I want to read next year. So one of my goals at the start of the year, which I'm definitely not going to hit, was to read, I think 20 books, maybe 25 books. I can't remember, something like that. It wasn't a big challenge, but I have not read that many books. I'll definitely fail that challenge by the end of the year. I like to read books. Like when I read the Harry Potter books, I read the Harry Potter books, then I had a break. Then I started something else, then I had a break. I could sort of read some of Logan's books with Logan, kids' books, and do reviews on them. But that might get me over the goal. I'm not sure. We'll see. If we're close to it, maybe I'll read one or two of Logan's and Layla's books, and then we'll see where we're sitting after that, and I might get my goal. But I thought I'd talk about the books I'm going to read next year. So obviously I'm going to start with Percy Jackson. So Percy Jackson is something I wanted to read, and it's something I've wanted to read for a while. I've seen, I think the first two films. I don't think there's any more than two films actually, but I've seen two films. I can't remember what the first one's called. The second one's called The Lightning Thief, maybe. Could be wrong. But I've got the books now, so there's 5 in the box set. I don't know if there's any more than that. I'll have a look online, don't think so. So Percy Jackson's obviously going to be what I'm reading once I finish reading Discovery of Witches. So I might get Discovery of Witches read this year. If not, I'll start next year with the Discovery of Witches, or the finishing of the Discovery of Witches series. And then I'll go on to Percy Jackson. I've got a list actually of what books I want for Christmas. My wife's going to get me a couple. So I want to get the President's, I'm going to call it the President's series. It's written by former President Bill Clinton and James Patterson, I believe. I always know my facts, I always know the information. I believe it's written by former President Bill Clinton and James Patterson, obviously amazing author James Patterson. And they've done a series. I think the first one was called The President's Missing, and I think the second one is called The President's Daughter. They look really good, something different, so I thought I'd give them a try. So I'm going to be reading them. I think my wife's getting me them for Christmas. And I think they're doing more in that series potentially. I'm just not sure what the titles are called. And then I also want to read, I think it's called Hidden Bodies. It's the book series that You was based on. Me and my wife love watching You. I know my sister watches You. She thinks it's great, and I've got a few friends that watch it as well. And I love You. It's great. Joe is fantastic. Off topic, I actually saw Joe do, I think it was on TikTok, where someone had requested that he did like his stalking sort of like obsession stalking thing over them as a video of them walking around the library. It was really cool. He was like, I see you like comic books. You like people to see that you like. It was really good, honestly. He did it in his voice and it was brilliant, just like on a TV show. So it was nice of him to do that. It was absolutely funny. So I want to get Hidden Bodies based on You, Percy Jackson, potentially the end of Discovery of Witches, and President's series if there's more potentially, but there's 2 at the moment. So that's my start of what books I want to read next year. If anyone's got any recommendations, I'd be grateful. I had a couple of recommendations this year that I read. Best one was definitely Room by Lucy. That was a great recommendation. I love that book. It's probably one of my favourite books I've read this year actually, not including Harry Potter, because I always read Harry Potter and I love Harry Potter, but books that either I haven't read for a long time or books that I've never read before. Room was definitely my favourite. It's probably in my favourite books actually. I put it in my category of one of my favourite books. I absolutely loved the idea of it. It was so original and such a well thought out book. The story was amazing. I would have done a different ending, and I would have done a sequel just because I loved it. But yeah, I think it was really, really good. There was another book actually. I want to read Ichabod. I haven't actually read the Ichabod. I've just realised my dog's in the background snoring in this whole video. I'm hoping she's not snoring for the whole video. You might be able to hear her. Rolo. Rolo. Hello, dum-dum. Rolo. Rolo. Hey, baby. Are you snoring in my video? You good girl, eh? You snoring in the video?
You go go.
So hopefully you haven't heard the dog snoring all the way through the video in the background. Didn't actually realise until now because I'm just so used to hearing her snore and fart all the time and, you know, in her sleep. A bit like my wife, actually. It's funny the similarities they have. Very different personalities though, my wife and the dog, but very similar habits, both awake and asleep. Yes, that's the books I'm going to start with then. I want to read Ichabod as well. I know that J.K. Rowling said some stuff and it was controversial and a lot of people are not happy with what she said and all that, and I'm not going to get involved in politics. I don't do politics on my channel. I talk about me and stuff I like and other people that I know like and stuff. We have a bit of fun. The channel is not about politics, it never will be, so I'm not going to get involved in that chat. But works wise, her works of Harry Potter were fantastic, best book series of all time, I believe. So I do want to read the rest of her work because regardless of what she says and does, whenever she's wherever in her own personal life, I'm about the work, not about her. I'm about the work. So if the Ichabod, and I've not seen reviews that say it's as good as Harry Potter, but if the Ichabod is good and it's half as good as Harry Potter, then I want to read it. So I think that's on the list as well. And then I think she brought a Christmas book out as well this year, so may potentially get that, not as a Christmas present, just if I might just pick it up in a shop if I see it again and have a little read of that. So that's what I'm starting with next year. What books are you planning on reading the end of this year, next year? Any recommendations you can make? If you're on Goodreads, you know, what books have been recommended to you that you did and didn't like? Anything like that will help me basically and add to my book list for next year. Because I'm going to try, I'll probably do a goals video again in January and just review what goals I had this year and the light went then, the light flickered. I'll probably do, you know, how many of the goals I actually achieved and how many I didn't. It'll probably be 0 goals achieved because, you know, I have not actually been checking up on them through the year, but I'm probably definitely failing the books one. And then I will do a new reviews video probably in January again, start of the new year for next year. And again, that'll be God, that wind is so loud. Honestly, I can never get just a peaceful time. The kids are finally asleep. The wife's upstairs putting the kids to bed. The dog stopped snoring now that I've woken her up and said hello. And yet the wind outside is just galing. It's ridiculous. Like, there's been sheds blowing into the road and in breaking car windows. The tides have been like up here. I'm glad we're a bit back from the sea because we're literally on the sea. You can look out and see the sea. You can see the sea. She sells seashells on the seashore. See. But we're not obviously in danger of the sea. There's a couple of houses down the road where you have to put sandbags and stuff out because the sea does come over the wall when the tides are high and that. And I'm praying for them tonight because there may be some wet houses tomorrow morning. But we'll find out tomorrow, I guess. So yeah, again, off topic on a tangent. I like going on a tangent. So yeah, that's it from me today. It was nice to do a little video on books, Book Club Friday. Still no update on my book though. I know you're shocked right now. Like, you are shocked, aren't you, that there's still no update? Should have got a release date. They told me I was getting a release date a couple of weeks ago. Still haven't. So anyway, have a good weekend. I've nearly finished, or have finished now, another children's picture book. So I'm going to get that wrapped up and then I'm actually going to send that off to some publishers as well. So potentially there will be a third book at the publishers, maybe. Not going to be big and happy about it just yet because the second one hasn't been picked up for definite and I've not sent the third one out yet. But I might even send this one to Penguin as well. I might have a little look and see if I can get the big bad Penguin, one of the best book publishers in the world, one of the biggest book publishers in the world, to have a look at that one as well. So yeah, we're going to aim big maybe for this one. But have a good day, have a good weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Peace.